Hello everyone. Today we will gain some knowledge about the basic fundamental laws through some multiple choice questions. So now let's start. The first question is the Drugs and Cosmetic Act was enacted in which year? Options are A 1940, B 1944, C 1946 or D 1949. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is 1940. The Drugs and Cosmetic Act was passed in the year 1940 by the Parliament of India. The Act regulates the import, manufacture, and distribution of drugs in the territory of India. The next question is the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act was passed in which year? Options are A 2005, B 2006, C 2007, or D 2008. The correct answer to this question is B, that is 2006. The Government of India passed the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act in 2006. It came into force on 1st November 2007. The basic objective of this act was to prohibit the child marriage and the connected incidents related to in India. The next question is the Scheduled Tribes and the other traditional forest dwellers recognition of Forest Right Act was passed in which year? Options are A 2003, B 2004, C 2005, and D 2006. The correct answer is D, that is 2006. The next question is GST is a type of which of the following? Options are A. Direct tax, B. Indirect tax, C. It depends on the goods and services, or D. It depends on the associate states. The correct answer to this question is option B. That is, GST is a type of indirect tax. The next question is Article 44 is related to A. Uniform Civil Code for citizens, B. Provision of early childhood care and education to children below the age of 6 years, C. The duty of state to raise the level of nutrition, or D. The organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. The answer to this question is option A, that is Uniform Civil Code for Citizens. Now let's discuss what is Article 44. Article 44 talks about the Uniform Civil Code. It states that the Uniform Civil Code for the citizens, the state, shall endure to secure for the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. The next question is the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It is protected by which of the following? Options are A. The Supreme Court, B. The Constituent Assembly, C. The Parliament, or D. The President. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, Constitution is protected by the Supreme Court of India. The next question is which article is related to special address by the President? Options are A. Article 84, B. Article 85, C. Article 86, or D. Article 87. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is Article 87. Talks about the special address by the President. Now let's discuss about Article 87. Article 87 states the special address by the President. It states that at the commencement of the first session after each general election to the House of People and at the commencement of the first session of each year, the President shall address both houses of the Parliament assembled together and inform the Parliament of the causes of its summons. Clause 2 states that the provision shall be made by the rules regulating the procedure of either of the houses the allotment of the time for discussion of the matters referred to in such address. The next question is, the Planning Commission is not mentioned in the Constitution. Is the statement A true, B false? The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, it is true that the Planning Commission is not mentioned anywhere in the Constitution of India. The next question is, which article is related to assent to bills? Options are Article 98, B. Article 111, C. Article 112, or D. Article 114. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, Article 111 is related to assent to bills. Now let's discuss Article 111. It states the assent to bill when a bill has been passed by the Houses of the Parliament. It states that the bill shall be presented to the President, and the President shall declare either that he assents to the bill or that he withholds the assent. Therefore, provided that the President may, as soon as possible after the presentation to him of the bill for the assent, returns the bill if it is not a money bill to the Houses with a message requesting that they will be considered the bill or any specified provision thereof, and in particular will consider the desirability of introducing any such amendments as he may recommend in his message. And when a bill is so returned, the House shall reconsider the bill accordingly. And the bill is passed again by the Houses with or without the amendment and presented to the President for assent. Right. To the President for assent. The President shall not withhold assent therefrom the procedures in the financial matters. The next question is, setting a Supreme Court uh, in Calcutta was a part of options are Regulating Act of 1773, B. Pitt's India Act of 1784, C. Charter Act of 1793, or D. The Charter Act of 1893. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Regulating Act of 1773. The next question is, in which Constitutional Amendment Act seats of the Lok Sabha were increased from 525 to 545? Options are A. The 21st Constitutional Amendment Act 1967, B. The 24th Constitutional Amendment Act 1971, C. The 25th Constitutional Amendment Act 1971, or D. The 31st Constitutional Amendment Act 1973. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is the 31st Constitutional Amendment Act 1973. Moving on to the next question. Which article of the Constitution empowers the Parliament to form a new state by altering the boundaries of the existing state? Options are Article 1, B. Article 2, C. Article 3, or D. Article 4. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is Article 3. The next question is, a bill which contains only provisions dealing with the imposition, repeal, remission, alteration, or regulation of taxes is called. Options are A. Locus Standi B. Money Bill, C. Motion, or D. Ordinance. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, it is called Money Bill. The next question is, the term of the Controller and the Auditor-General is of how many years? Options are A. 4 years, B. 5 years, C. 6 years, D. The term is not fixed. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, the term of the Controller and the Auditor General is fixed for 6 years. The next question is, which act is associated with court can interpret the rules and regulation? Options are the Regulating Act of 1773, B. Pitt's India Act of 1784, C. Charter Act of 1793, or D. the Charter Act of 1893? The correct answer to this question is Charter Act of 1793. Question is, the President is the head of the Union Executive. Is the statement true or false? The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, it is true that the President is the head of the Union Executive. The next question is, what is the maximum gap between two sessions of Parliament in India? Options are A, 4 months, B, 5 months, C, 6 months, or D, no rule like this has been given in the Constitution, which suggests the gap between the two sessions of the Parliament. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, the maximum gap between the two sessions of Parliament of India is 6 months. The next question is, the Christian missionaries were allowed to spread their religion in India under which act? Options are Pitt's India Act of 1784, B. Charter Act of 1813, C. Charter Act of 1833, or D. Charter Act of 1853. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Charter Act of 1813. The next question is, the first statute for the governance of India under the direct rule of British government was, options are A. The Government of India Act 1858, B. The Government of India Act 1861, C. The Government of India Act 1892, or D. The Government of India Act 1915. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Government of India Act 1858. The next question is, under the Constitution of India, who are the ultimate sovereign? Options are A. Indian people, B. The Prime Minister of India, C. The President of India, or D. All elected leaders of India. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, the Indian people are the ultimate sovereign.